welcome to another episode of Wren's Wasteland Camp Reviews / Dumpster Fires of the Commonwealth. Today we're in 76, just outside of Flatwood. This is one of my camps ahead of us. I'm going to show you this because I don't typically show my camps in this series, and I kind of want you guys to understand why I'm so rough on some of the camps whenever I judge them. Alright, let's begin with location.
The responders need you visit the church in the town of Flatwoods. Food, shelter, security.
This is Flatwoods right here. As you see here, I have the little town icon up on my camp, and I called it Flatwoods Town because that's pretty much what I made. I've got the little Welcome to Flatwoods sign on this little house over here, which I built for the forager, which he's standing right there at the rickety stairwell going up to it. There's a wall that goes all around this place.
Just keep doing it.
Although it is not a singular wall, I incorporated the buildings into the wall itself, meaning the back of this building forms a section, the back of that building forms a section, the trailer over here is a section, and so on and so forth. As you saw, the Protectron goes waddling up through here, so you have a little bit of livelihood as the Protectrons wander up through this little area. We have a nice view of the bridge. I often build for views more than anything else. This base rarely gets attacked. When it does, it tends to come from the, the direction of Flatwoods itself, down here where the Vault-Tec Ag Center is, and on occasion up here where the relay tower is, but very rarely does it ever get attacked. As I said, this is the forager's house. It's nothing special. It's got his little chair in it, fireplace, and a bed. In a lot of ways, I'd like to have one of these out in the middle of the woods somewhere. This house over here is a multi-level, meaning you come in on this level, you have the upper level up here, and it's basically an old blown-out house. Got crappy carpet scattered throughout, a couple areas that could have been a kitchen or a bathroom, and so forth. And it's built out of the wrecked wall kit, which I recommend if you ever see it on sale, go ahead and buy it. It's actually really fun to use those pieces because then you can build a wrecked house that you don't have to actually torch yourself. In my current builds, I have gone the extra mile of putting in most... See, I have a large collection of these prefab structures like this.
Cabin in the woods. This is pretty close.
Yes, it is. Like this trailer over here, and I always try and incorporate in one of them at least in most of my builds here recently, just so that I use them because I've got so many of the damn things. They usually save you on budget when you build. For my rating scale, that gives me a 2 on this camp right there. And that's not even looking at, you know, an actual house or anything. And my camera work is horrible. If you haven't bought these yet, this is the generator with the mole rats in it. I highly recommend this. They are, well, besides being cute, it's just kind of ridiculous. But it's fun. So that's my powerhouse. I've got, you know, the dog is right here and he's doing his thing. You've got the workshop up there, the actual market in there. You've got the defensive structure right here going across the front of the bridge. Let me see if I can zoom out a little bit with this. Toggle that off. And as you can see, I mean, it's a fairly decent footprint for a camp. I tried to make it look more like it was actually something that would be incorporated into the town or something that was here all along, and somebody had to, you know, reinforce it a little bit. I even put down this little fire hydrant. So you come over here and you notice there's a shelf with just a box on it because, well, I don't know if you've ever lived rurally before, but you almost always have a shelf somewhere that you stick stuff on, and sometimes it's stuff you don't want to have in your house, so it makes sense. I grew up with a grandmother that lived on a farm, and we had a pig the size of a small motorcycle at one point. It was pretty funny. Anyway, here's the house. You come in here, you've got the under the stairs kitchen, which is one of those things that I love building myself. It comes around. And as you go around, you see the set of power armor down there, which is obviously Raider themed, the fusion core charger, a little seating area, and a little bit of a garden in here, because, you know, every house needs a little bit of a garden. Let you look out. It's nice on a rainy day like it is right now outside. You come in here and you go upstairs and you've got the bedroom for the house, the bed with the bunny rabbit on it, the bird, your own little fireplace, and of course a bathroom, because every house needs a bathroom. Even if you don't have it wired up to the power grid as much as you should, every house needs a bathroom. So we come back around here, and that's what this house is all about. They came to try and free their friends. I understand that. But, come on guys, you gotta know better than that. But again, this is like one of my favorite builds on this character. I'm showing you this so you understand this is my starting point whenever I look at a house. This is not a this is
Poor
camp,
kid.
by the way, is not a
Then again,
10,
maybe it's
just so you know.
better this
I
way.
don't consider this a 10 in my rating scale. It would probably rate somewhere between a 7 to an 8. And yes, I placed the billboard. But that's my rating scale. A 10 is something that I consider to be, you know, beyond that. This is just a house. Alright, maybe it's a 9. I'll go with a 9. But anyway, it's not a 10. There's too many little things wrong with it, and since I built it, I know all the little things that are wrong with it. But I wanted to give you guys a rough idea of what I'm dealing with whenever I go to look at these camps. So I'm going to go over here to Show Me Your Loves. Show Me Your Loves camp. Show Me Your Loves camp. That's what it is. Show Me Your Loves camp. It's just spelled weird so that you have to think about it for a minute to pronounce it. Well, let's see. They've got the power generator, the same one that I've got out. They've got a prefab out, which is right there. They've got purified water dispensers all along the top up there for no good reason, given the fact that they have purifiers that they can put in the ground or in the water right here that are already encircling this place. And how much purified water do you need? Alright, so I'm guessing that little ramp there and the whole thing there is just so that you can... Damn it. Well, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give it a 3. Actually, I'll give it a 4. It had 2 prefabs in it, 2 trailers. That guy was obviously really into the shopping. He's a little ticked off. Let's go up here to... Let's just check around and see if maybe they didn't activate a different camp on the site. See, sometimes people activate camps based on their own ability to not move. With where I'm at right now, the closest camp to me is going to be this one up here. Fospa's camp. Let's go check it out. If it's where I think it is, which I'm not going to tell you what I think it is. Location-wise, I think I know where this is, but I'm not 100% sure. Let's see if I'm right. Am I right? Yep, I'm right. Okay, so this is the latest prefab from the latest scoreboard, which I hope you guys have finished off. If not, good luck. Farm is right there. Anchor Farm. They basically built their little farm adjacent to it. They've gone to a lot of trouble spamming crap to hide their, you know, fact that they actually place this thing in the ground. They put up the RIP daring crap. Scoreboards and lights, posters. And then this here came from Pittsburgh. They're a Fallout First member. Ooh, a nice little crappy pistol. They've got a bunch of... I don't understand why you do that, but okay. Plushies out in the rain, a little bit of a work area. Goes back down. More of a work area. And yes, you can walk right through those if they're set up that way. It's kind of cool. They built their own... I did that myself. Their own eyesore in their camp. Yeah, I did that myself. That's a generator. Actually, this is probably the coolest generator they put out in a while. I must admit, I like it a lot. But, yeah. My brain completely fell apart whenever I looked up at this thing and realized, huh, I did that myself. So, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'll give them 2 points for that, 3 points for that. Overall, I'm going to give them a good solid 6. It's not a bad camp. It's just not a great camp. A lot of stuff that should be out of the weather isn't, which you can tell here. Big problem is they don't really need these tiles here. This is just stupidity. I mean, granted, it looks a little bit neater, but it's still stupid. It's a waste of budget. These, advertisements. I don't know why you would put that in your camp unless you like had one that was set up to where it looked like it belonged there. I mean, billboards are cool and all, but it just doesn't make a lot of sense to me to put it in other than like you're trying to show off the fact that, hey, look, I got this. I mean, because here is kind of dumb. I wish that they would let us build things like this over here. Arnholt has this lovely little camp like right here. This is what I want to be able to build, something like this. This is by far my favorite thing in this whole area. I mean, it's exactly the kind of camp that I want to be able to build. I want to be able to build and throw something together just like this. Preferably in this tower. I would love to have this tower as a prefab with all of this. Just with no base underneath it, or maybe the concrete platform that will sink into the ground completely, or, you know, just give you a little one. Or maybe a dirt pile, that would even be better. But I would love to have this as a prefab and let it give you like 1 or 2 water plus a place to sleep. That would be awesome. That is what I want. That right there. I know I'm jumping around like a lunatic, but that right there is what I really want in this game as a prefab. And these as placeable items wouldn't be bad either because, you know, we always need more hay bales. And it's kind of funny because these things would not be here after the amount of time that has supposedly occurred. These would all have deteriorated into nothing unless they were in a barn somewhere. But you don't know that. You never, you know, lived on a farm. Or wrapped in plastic. There is the plastic wrapped ones. Those would maybe stick around a little longer, but eventually animals would come and eat this crap, or it would just fall apart under the weather because, you know, good rain, good snow, good rain, good snow, and it's going to come down. It's just not going to stay there. So, all right. So overall, this camp gets a 6. Let's find one more camp because the other one disappeared on us, and I've been talking like a lunatic for the last, I'm not exactly sure how long I've been talking like a lunatic. We'll go up here and we'll check out Charles Carmel's camp. Looks like Charles is at his camp, so we'll go there. Oh, man. Alright, so let's see where we're at. We have
Do not
a
worry,
extractor, which is
Jingles.
good.
I will take good
We have a
care of you.
house that is a workshop on the bottom and doesn't look like it was ever a house. It's got a hole in the roof. He's got the new, I think that's the new set of power armor paints, which actually doesn't look bad. I don't think he has the chest and head covered. You put his Brotherhood of Steel conference table up here on his roof. He built his second floor out of roofs, because why use floors? Plenty of water extractors all around. I mean, I grant it, this is a farming camp. You built it so you could farm materials and things like that. Oh, God.
Is there
So this being
anything
a
better
farm
than raw
that I can
asbestos?
obviously tell is a water farm, with no other camp things other than, hey, it's a water farm. I mean, you put Beckett right next to the Raiders. Okay. So, my scale, 1 to 10. I'll give you a minute to say what you think it's going to be. Alright. It's a 3. I don't like it. It's ugly. It has a purpose. That's why it's a 3. But I don't like it. It's ugly. So anyway, this has been Ren for Ren's Wasteland Camp Review / Dumpster Fires of the Commonwealth. It's been nice playing with you guys. Hope you had fun. You heard me babble. You got me to show you one of my camps. And I hope you enjoy the game. If you haven't found out yet, Bethesda's next game, Starfield, is ready for pre-orders. Looks like it's going to be fun. At least the shipbuilding part of it. I'm not so sure about the colony building because I don't think you have that much control over the buildings other than height placement and general area. I don't think they're modular to where you can build your own stuff, but I could be wrong there. But anyway, as always, enjoy this game while it's around and have fun. Later.